Yo, what's up guys, Dan Chan back here with another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a very interesting idea that I thought of, and it's basically Polytopia tribes in real life. Yes, you heard it right. We're going to be assigning or giving each Polytopia tribe a country/culture that is similar to that tribe's culture, design, aesthetic, and we're going to be placing it somewhere in the map and assigning them to that country. So without much talking, let's hop right into this. Okay, and so I already did the first tribe over here, and it's Xin-xi. And you'll see why I didn't assign them to the Japanese culture. I assigned them to Chinese culture, but because there's another tribe I gotta put in Japan, so I put them here. And let's hop right into the next one. Next up we have Imperius, which I'm definitely gonna be placing in Greece, because, well, they have a bunch of similarities to Greek culture, like their helmet design and their name. Imperius is a Greek name, I believe so. And next up we are gonna be doing Bardur, which is definitely gonna be somewhere in central Russia, where it's like definitely cold, but not freezing cold yet, so we're gonna be placing Polaris somewhere in the freezing cold areas. But for now, this is the Bardur tribe here, somewhere there. And we also have Oumaji, which is gonna be the desert tribe there, which I'm definitely placing in the Arabian Peninsula, due to their living conditions are similar in the desert. And they also have a pretty cool, unique architecture, which is similar to Arabian architecture, and the clothing as well. So I'm going to be placing him here. And next up we're going to be doing the Kickoo tribe, which is a bit of a tricky one here. You see, there isn't a certain country or culture you can associate the Kickoo with. Like, if we're going to be associating them somewhere near this area, it's going to be somewhere in the Maldives, if we're going to say, or something like any island nation probably. But there is not a specific one. Like, you could associate them with any Oceanian island nation, or something like that. It's not even that close. So, you know, tell me your opinion in the comments. What you think, where's the best place for Kickoo? And next up we're going to be doing the Hoodrick tribe, which is quite an interesting one there. Hoodrick closely resemble Central European and Northern European cultures, where in the Middle Ages they used like bows and arrows, and they also had the same or similar architecture and design for buildings, this wooden style building, and they lived peaceful, nice lives. So yeah, I'll put them there. And the next one is going to be Luxidoor, which generally resembles Indian culture. It's not a one-to-one match, but there's major similarities, like the general aesthetic, first of all. Second of all, they also, the name Luxidoor is probably from Indian languages, and they also rely on economy and trade, and have a diversified economy. So this definitely resembles the rich and unique Indian culture. So we're going to be placing them somewhere in India there. And the next one is going to be Vengir, which is a bit of a tricky one. You see, Vengir is quite tricky because there isn't a tribe that is, a culture or country that's basically a wasteland. Sorry about that. Yeah, a wasteland or something like that. Vengir is like a semi-wasteland area. So after some consideration, I'm going to be placing Vengir anywhere where there's like areas with nuclear test sites, somewhere where like a nuclear test occurred or something like that, and there are survivors there, which is highly unlikely. So those people would likely be the closest to Vengir, but there's obviously no country or culture represented by the Vengir vibe and stuff. So I'm going to be placing them somewhere where there's like popular tests for nuclear weapons occurred. So pretty much anywhere in the world where there was nuclear tests and stuff, and there was like nearby survivors, those would be closer to the Vengir category. So yeah. Now we have Zebasi, which is a pretty interesting one, and I like their culture kind of. And Zebasi is a tribe that's somewhat like sub-Saharan African culture stuff, but it's not too close. Like in terms of nature, the nature is somewhat similar, actually pretty similar, and they also use farming often. They farm a lot. So yeah, that's somewhat close to the sub-Saharan African region. And they also have a little bit of overlapping culture, overlapping design, aesthetic, stuff like that, but not a one-to-one, just like the Luxidoor culture there. So probably like 50-55% representation. And yeah, this is the region where sub-Saharan Africa mostly lies in, somewhere from the central regions down to the south. So yeah, now we got a very, very interesting one and a peaceful one, and that is the Ainu tribe, which it mostly resembles South Asian, Japanese cultures if we gotta put them somewhere. Like, yeah, there's obviously no resemblance in terms of nature, living conditions, style, architecture, probably a little bit, but the closest thing that they resemble is Japan, which is throughout history mostly been a peaceful place, so like isolated throughout the Middle Ages and stuff. And so this is gonna be the IMO region in general. I think this is the closest bet we could put IMO in. Also, let's cover China red, a bit more red, because it was like a bit medium opacity, but now this is full opacity. And now we have the Quetzali, my favorite tribe, guys. The Quetzali culture and tribe is heavily inspired by Acztec culture, which lies in North America. Nowadays Mexico. So they have Quetzali is a bird in the Aztec culture, and they also have similar philosophical vibes and stuff like that. The buildings are very close, and they also have those Mesoamerican temples, which are similar to the Aztec temples in real life. And general vibes, general music is very epic. So obviously Quetzali, I'm gonna be placing them there. And now we also have Yadakk. Yadakk is a fan favorite, and I also love Yadakk. So Yadakk mostly and very closely resembles Turkish culture, mostly. So they have the hat, that's very Turkish, it looks cool. And they also have the same music vibe, is a bit close, and the names as well. And building design also quite close to Arab and Turkish designs in general, mostly Turkish. So we're gonna be placing them somewhere in Turkey here. This is where Turkey is in real life, around this region. And so this is the Turkish area, and also there is a few Arab countries which have familiar or similar culture in some aspects to the Turkish culture, with the hat and design. So like Morocco and Syria, Lebanon, those cultures have a little bit of similarities with the Turkish culture, but those are just secondary ones. They're not like main, like Turkey's the main one. So yeah, now we finished the regular tribes. There's no more regular tribes, and we're gonna be entering into the special tribes. And the first one here is Aquarion, which is definitely nowhere on the map. That's gonna be Atlantis, if we're gonna say. If Aquarion like is gonna be placed somewhere, then it's definitely Atlantis type kind of stuff. So I don't know where Atlantis is fictionally where it is, but like somewhere there, I don't know exactly. But yeah, but Aquarion's culture is definitely quite vibrant. And now we also have Elyrion, which also another one that doesn't really represent any culture, but is the closest bet is gonna be Scotland, because they have unicorns as their national animal, but they obviously are nowhere near like the Elyrion culture. They have their own unique culture, but you know, that's the only way we could represent Elyrion with a nation or country or culture, so yeah. And now we have, before the final tribe, which is gonna be Polaris, and Polaris, very interesting one here, because they have this, they're like a freezing tribe, basically icy territories, and they also have a bit of fictional culture, like not in real life, like this Gami creature to have. And so the closest thing is gonna be, country is gonna be Greenland, the closest one to the Polaris tribe. Greenland has very little people, icy region, but it is still thriving somewhat, so yeah. And now we have the final tribe, which is going to be the Cymanti tribe. And Cymanti really is a weird one while I'm editing and improving this the map here, because it looks a bit weird. Yeah, so Cymanti is a weird one. Obviously, there isn't any culture or country that is similar to the Cymanti culture, which is like, I don't know, bugs and stuff. So that's nowhere close to any country, any culture. But if we're gonna place them somewhere, hypothetically, I'm not sure, but maybe somewhere like swamps or areas like that, maybe. But there's not even that much people there, obviously. So it's like, if the Cymanti had to choose somewhere to live, they would probably live somewhere in the swamps. But there's obviously no culture or area where like they have the weird Cymanti fictional stuff. So yeah, but we're gonna place them like anywhere where there's swamps. I'm not sure. Obviously not in the Sahara Desert. Ignore that. Okay, so yeah, and this is the video pretty much. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Obviously, this is just for entertainment purposes, and I really love the diversity of Polytopia tribes and real life. So thanks for watching, guys. Wherever you're watching this, drop a comment, and make sure to like, subscribe for more content like this. Polytopia lore video, almost done. Made like great progress now. And so I thought I was like, let me release this video, just like a excitement or hype up for the Polytopia lore video. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. I say so a lot, okay. And share this video with your friends, and see you next time.